Toastmasters helping to firm up the Australian influence in the club, which is going strong. Having moved from cold and rainy Melbourne, he's now living it up in sunny Laguna Beach, not too shabby. His passions lie in travel, sport, and food, or any combination thereof. Please join me in welcoming John and his speech, Le Tour.
Good morning, Toastmasters.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning. If I was to use the words peloton, domestique, and bidden, who here would understand the connection? What about derailleur, pedals, and lycra? Getting warmer? Well, cycling is what they all have in common. And with the Tour de France just finished, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about the event and some of the strategy behind it. Condensed to its basic premise, the Tour is a simple athletic contest. The cyclist who finishes the course of more than 2,000 miles in the lowest total time wins. Yet the event is so much more. Steeped in history and tradition, the race was born out of a publicity stunt to boost sales of a French newspaper, L'Auto, in 1903. 78 riders enlisted, of which 60 actually took part in the race. They were all professionals, but not professional racers. They ranged from carpenters, blacksmiths, innkeepers, teachers, even a trapeze artist. Of the 60 entrants, only 21 riders completed the entire race. Things have changed a little since then. Steel and wood bikes weighing 39 pounds or more are now made of carbon fibre and alloys, bringing them down as low as 15 pounds. A woolen cap, jacket and cotton clothing is now replaced with lightweight helmets and lycra. And a diet of wine, cigarettes and bread now consists of energy bars, gels and electrolytes. The race too has changed a lot since then. Once covering 2,400 kilometres, it now covers 3,300 kilometres through 21 gruelling stages with only 2 rest days compared with the original 12. But it's not just an endurance race between cyclists. The Tour is a team sport and often described as chess on wheels. In order to fully understand some of the strategy, I'd like to explain the different jerseys available in the race. The yellow jersey represents the race leader. This is the rider with the lowest overall time. The green jersey, or the sprinter's jersey, is the race's best sprinter. A sprint is completed at the end of the stage. A rider wins points by sprinting the fastest out of the current group he's in. The polka dot jersey, or the king of the mountains, designates the rider's finest climber, and the white jersey designates the highest ranked rider in the overall competition under 25 years old. There are between 20 and 22 teams, and each team is made up of 9 cyclists. But none of this explains why the cyclists need a team, but it all boils down to physics. A cyclist riding in front of another rider will use easily 30 to 40% more power than the rider tucked behind his rear wheel, allowing the second rider to conserve energy while still going the same speed. From this is born the hierarchy of a team. The domestiques, or servants, are paid to protect the leader and position him in front of a pack with fresh legs, ready to win, sacrificing their own chances. But not all teams are born equal, and different teams have different, sometimes multiple goals. Some teams may have a singular goal of having their leader win the yellow jersey and win the Tour. This leader, therefore, is surrounded by 8 super domestiques helping him through the flat and mountain stages. Other teams may go for stage wins and simply wanted their sprinter to win and get that green jersey. And then there are other teams with 2 goals, getting those stage wins and winning the sprints, and with the overall goal of winning the Tour. This means that their team domestiques will be split into 2 and divided in their tasks. But a domestique will go so much further than this for his leader, fetching them water and food from the team cars, and sometimes even called on to sacrifice his wheel or even his bicycle. Like the individuals riding as a team, the teams also support other teams to make it through this gruelling distance. The best example of this is the peloton. The peloton travels as a single unit, similar to birds flying in formation, with riders adjusting based on the movement of the cyclist in front. As the peloton develops, The cyclists up the front are providing protection to the riders behind them. And after they've done their part, they move to the side and then to the back of the pack. As this continues, from above, it looks like a fluid situation where the centre of the pack appears to be pushing through the leading edge and then moving. Although the peloton is for the greater good, tactical factors also apply. Teams generally attempt to cluster their members together in the peloton in order to maximise their ability to affect the pack as a whole. An example of this is when the lead rider has broken away from the peloton and leading the race, the team will manoeuvre to slow the pack and prevent them from catching him. A couple of key points on the peloton. Bathroom breaks are permitted. When nature calls, those in the peloton who need to, stop. Those who don't, ride significantly slower to allow the others to catch up. All riders in the peloton, regardless of the position, get the same time. And the peloton will typically break up on large hills, where aerodynamic factors are much less important at slower climbing speeds. Power to weight ratio is a key determinant factor in these scenarios, and this is why they say the tour is won and lost in the mountains. I've only been able to touch on a few fascinating parts that make up this great race. For those who have never watched the stage, I recommend giving it a try. It's hard to understand and seems like chaos at first, but with time and interest, like the game of chess, the chaos is lifted and the strategies become clear. If for no other reason than the picturesque shots of the French coastline, various chateaux and wineries make it all worthwhile. But I can unequivocally say, there's few better things in life than kicking back on the couch for a few hours to watch a stage of the Tour de France. Thank you.